Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about an incident at TwitchCon. We've got other Twitch streamers saying that they should shut TwitchCon down now. Apparently somebody tried or was successful in groping Emiru on stage, and then security had to chase him off. And now people are like, what the hell is going on in this space?
Yeah, but they didn't even take him out. They like walked him off stage and let him go, didn't they? They didn't
yeah, I would have tackled the guy and have him arrested.
But meanwhile, I mean, one of her bodyguards isn't allowed to go anymore because someone came at her and they just stopped him and held on to him till security got there, and then they're banned. But this guy just gets walked up the stage. Did they actually ban the person?
I don't know. We're going to look at the statement from Twitch. We'll try to follow what's going on here. Now, TwitchCon, they've already had a lot of controversy this year because Hassan said he was not going because he feared for people's safety. Basically, I think Hassan was afraid of somebody harming him because it was
his dog.
Well, not just the dog, but because of the Charlie Kirk situation.
Kirk too, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that there were some people that were noping out. But, look, Twitch as a platform, it needs to go. It's just the whole thing is a train wreck at this point.
What it started out as being and what it's become are two different things.
It was a platform where you'd watch people play Minecraft and Fortnite, and it was mostly
drawing videos, things like that.
Yeah, it was mostly geared toward kids or teenagers. Now it's just like all politics and boobs. I mean, let's be honest. And we'll talk about this. We'll talk about parasocial relationships because there was unfortunately a streamer overseas, Korean TikToker, who got murdered by a viewer because they gave her a lot of money and thought that she should give them something in return for that. And that is a huge problem, especially with female streamers. And I've seen them, followed before by people. Like if they know you're going to be there, they follow you around. It's kind of creepy.
Well, it's not just women though, because we had that Romantasy event, and that guy got groped, and they literally stuck their hands in his pants. Model women touched his penis, and then tried to put Apple AirTags on him to follow him back home afterwards.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so that very few people covered that.
That's why I was going to bring that up. This is what makes me mad. Neither one of these is okay. But I have noticed that under this woman being groped, everybody and their brother is running with articles on this. But when when it happened to a dude, hardly anyone covered it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Both of them are, I would argue this is actually even more assault because they actually literally touched his privates and tried to follow him home. But you didn't hear anything about it because he's a guy. But, both of them shouldn't happen. And both incidents are putting a spotlight on how bad this stuff's gotten out of control.
Yeah, and there were a couple outlets to their credit that covered it. I know Phantom Pulse covered it, Honey Badger covered it, there are a couple others. But yeah, it was very much not on the radar for most people. And you would think
but this one, everybody and their brother's running with the story about the woman.
Right. Because, she's a Twitch streamer too.
I get that too, but I'm just saying, there's definitely a duality here on the severity, even though I would argue he was much more severely attacked. Neither of us should happen. I'm not saying it's a competition. What I'm saying is it's interesting to me how the media responds to it, depending on whether or not what your gender is. But anyway, back to the story at hand, which is this poor girl got attacked on stage or at a meet and greet. I don't know what it was. There's a video, and this guy comes up and tries to kiss her.
So this is Craig Duncan here's the full video. We'll watch this here. Let me blow this up a little bit. So she's on stage, meet and greet. They got the line and she's doing her thing, and they do have security, but it seemed like, where were they before? Because this guy just kind of waltzes up on stage.
Unless he was the next one to come in. He was next to coming up.
Yeah, he just waltzes in.
Ew.
Like, what the hell? And he's definitely a man on a mission. It gets shoved. She's like, what the hell? Yeah, they take her backstage. She comes back out. I mean, she's got a line.
I can't imagine. I'd be really afraid.
Now, TwitchCon is the same one where, if I remember, they had the one influencer jump, and I think was she pregnant? She jumped into the ball pit, and it wasn't actually a ball pit. Yeah, it was TwitchCon, and she broke her back.
Yeah, I think she found she was pregnant after she broke her back. But yeah,
what the hell? Yeah, this is not okay. I think she comes out though.
I don't know.
She comes back out. But she came back out. So she's probably rattled, obviously.
I would be.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, anybody touched you, they'd be rattled.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Their
by you
skull
or
would be
me.
rattled.
By you or me.
Well, both. We take turns. We hold them down, take turns, and we not
Don't worry,
not
only
that
Kneon
kind
can
of
touch
way.
me. Anyway.
Anyway. Yeah. So, let's talk about this. This is a statement that Twitch issued. Now, every TwitchCon. This is the thing about TwitchCon. Every freaking TwitchCon they do, there's some kind of drama, because I think it was last year they had the problem with the politics where they had like Frogan and I think it was Frogan and Destiny or whatever, and they were saying all kinds of shit, and the sponsors were getting cold feet because they were saying some crazy political shit. And then Hassan's like, it's not safe to be there, so he's not coming. And then this happens to Emiru at TwitchCon, and it's like, what is the purpose? I mean, because every time you do one of these, you take a PR black guy, right? I mean, it's like, it's just stop.
What did Twitch say? What was their statement?
All right. So this comes from Forbes. Let's see. Here's a statement. Safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to TwitchCon premises. They're banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in person. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point. We'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd for the meet and greet, please note we're unable to accommodate +1s for the remainder of the event. So this guy was a +1, I take it?
I would guess then.
Twitch has zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. It's really important to us that our creators enjoy their experience at TwitchCon and feel safe. We regret that their experience was disrupted by this horrible incident.
It's really important for us that they feel safe, because otherwise no creators are going to come to our event.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, so I'll give Paul Tassi credit. He did the article. Complicating this is Emiru telling a story about how, on a different occasion 2 years ago, personal security guard had briefly held a man following her around the convention, but because he touched anyone, he was permanently banned from TwitchCon. Security guard was banned, to be clear, so he was not with Emiru during this incident. This has sparked outrage directed at Twitch, and many are not pleased with the statement as given, which has united all manner of creators and fans. There's a separate conversation that's been true for years about parasocial relationships between creators and their viewers, which is most often the case with female streamers and male fans. Yeah, I mean, it is. Let's be honest here. We don't know exactly what the situation was here, but the intensely forced hug may be a clue. This person said, if Twitch can't even moderate their own website, why do you think they can moderate an in real life event?
I mean, I was thinking it. I just didn't say it. Yeah,
so this is, and we'll just kind of segue over to this real quick, and then we'll talk about, Asmongold calling for it to be shut down. He was talking, and I was going to cover it, and it was kind of a dark thing to cover, and I didn't want to do a video on it. But a couple of weeks ago, there was a Korean TikToker that got murdered by a viewer. She had over 300,000 followers, but she was found dead on a mountainside on September 11th after being killed by a viewer who sent her around $70,000 US. So this guy was the CEO of an IT company. Reports later revealed he was drowning in debt, and his home had been seized in a forced auction. And he was apparently kneeling before her, like proposing, I don't know, before killing her. And he got arrested 12 hours later. And and Asmongold is basically like, and we'll talk because he's also calling for them to ban this, but he's like, you need to stop taking so much money from people, because when you take a lot of money from people, they think they own you.
Yeah, it is a problem. I mean, we never had anybody give us like a lot of money and act that way. I want to be clear. But I think there is a problem sometimes where you have to understand that people that are creators are doing their job, and they're entertaining you, telling you stories or whatever. But that doesn't mean that they're your new best friend, they're your girlfriend, you know what I mean? And I think he says a lot on OnlyFans too. Like these girls were taking all this money, and then these guys thought that they owed them.
Well, they think they have a relationship because you're taking it further than just playing video games.
And then some of those girls were like taking calls with them and stuff to get the money. And it's like, so like it's understandable in some cases that people might not understand
that there are boundaries,
right?
Here's another streamer, Tectone. He chimed in with his own story, claimed he had 2 of his biggest supporters show up at his house uninvited when he never gave them his address. One told me he just saw my front door and then checked every house in Austin and found it and decided to stop by. He left gifts and was nice, but I told him flat out, if you step on my property uninvited again, I will shoot you.
Yeah, it's a little concerning when people like find your home address.
I mean, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it on air, but I mean, we've had some issues too that we had to wonder, like, what are this person's intentions? You know, you never know. Like, even though we've never had anything, turned out to be malicious, when you do have people that kind of want to cross over into the real world, you always kind of wonder, like, do they like us? Do they like us too much? Do they not like us? Do they want to hurt us? So yeah, I mean, I get that. And then you're putting yourself out there at a convention. And, it'd be kind of weird, but that would freak me out if somebody just like showed up. I was like, hey, I want to bring you some cookies.
Well, no, but I mean, it's just, that would be a little weird. But as far as back to the main story, it's like she was just doing a meet and greet and this person just walks up and just starts trying to hug her or kiss her or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, this is coming from Prime Timer. Shut down TwitchCon. YouTubers Tectone and Asmongold demand the cancellation of the event after the attack on Emiru. Again, it's a disaster every year. I mean, if it's not this, it's something else. Somebody's getting their back broken. Somebody's saying stupid political shit to piss off the advertisers. Like, if I were Amazon, I would just be like, let's shut this thing down because it's not even making money. That's the thing. It's not even making money. It's not even worth it. It's actually causing more headaches every time you talk about Twitch. Like, you look at the difference between YouTube and Twitch, like YouTube's PR for the most part is usually pretty good. Every time there's a major headline about Twitch, it's some kind of fucking disaster like this. Always. So it said, Emiru reportedly got assaulted at TwitchCon on Friday, October 17th. According to footage, captured the incident. A guy kissed her. Yes, we saw that. Asmongold said, I tried to say this and warn people, but I was accused of victim blaming. Hopefully the virtue signaling was worth more victims. Twitch alone is responsible for this with how lax they have been with security. Anyone could have seen this happening. Emiru spoke about her favorite security guard, Dave, getting banned. Right? See, I love how they show stockings on here. Right? You're talking about her. It's like, what the hell's going on? I hope Emiru's okay. Okay, Tectone said, fuck Twitch, shut down TwitchCon. I told everyone something horrible was going to happen. It happened on day one. And they thought it was going to be something to do with Hassan, but it turned out that it was still, creepy mofos.
One person at Twitch that wouldn't have been assaulted, likely, at least not by someone trying to kiss them, would have been the Deer Girl.
You
want to end this? Bring Deer Girl in.
Put the deer mod at the entrance and be like, okay, well, you got to kiss me to get in, guys. Yeah, I agree with this. Jazzcat says Clancy needs to step down as CEO. Failure of a company promotes terrorism, animal abuse, sexualization of minors, and fails to protect their creators. The entire Twitch staff and moderation team should be fully replaced. If Twitch is going to survive, I think they need to get rid of management because it is a fucking disaster. We could talk about Hassan. I mean, he's in trouble too. He did not go because he said that he did not feel safe. He had some inkling that something was going to happen.
But he can yell about make other people feel unsafe, but
Yeah.
Make dogs feel unsafe.
Make dogs. Well, he's saying that he had a whole explanation here. He said the dog thing was because the dog caught her dew claw, I guess, on something, and it's not because he electrocuted the dog. I have dogs.
I have dogs. No.
And then we've got 3 dogs, and they're good boys. But in the one, actually, Walter, his dew claw was actually curled completely underneath, and he never yelped when he got up on things. I mean, it was, whatever. But he doesn't have a shock collar either. But now he's black-pilled because he's gotten so much backlash. He's like, fuck everything. He said he hates the left. He hates streaming. He's black-pilled. He's burnt out, and he's calling the controversy Collargate. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I just think that that whole ecosystem is imploding, and it's gonna get harder. I mean, look, it does take a toll. I can't imagine being one of these people that gets up every day and streams for like 8 hours a day.
Gosh, I am actually an introvert. People are they're very surprised, but I am. I can pretend to be extroverted for like so much time, and then like I just like I'm over it, and then I have to like hide behind Neon at events and stuff. So it's really hard for me. I mean, I like doing streaming. That's why you're like, why doesn't Geeky ever stream? It's like I do it for a while, but if I have to be on for so long, it's very exhausting for me. So after like a couple hours, I'm like toast. I just can't do it. I couldn't do 6 hours, 8 hours. I just couldn't do it. Oh God,
no. And part of the reason that we don't stream as often now, I am going to be doing occasional live streams. I think we're going to move it to another channel, but it's because of the dogs. Yeah, dogs made too much noise, so we.
Oh yeah. If you look at our old videos, the dogs would be Charlie would be there.
Charlie's the old ones. We've added 2 more dogs since moving, but Charlie would bark and he would shuffle around, and it was like
we had to say sorry, our dog's making noise.
I mean, what were we supposed to do? Go get a shot collar and shock him?
No, he lives there. He came first. Yeah. So we are in another place. But for me, I mean, I will occasionally do streams, but the whole thought of doing, like you said, 6 hour, 8 hour streams, I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't.
And now you have to ask yourself, because of incidents like this, it's like you do run the risk of those parasocial relationships. And look, we've got some people that are fantastic. They've been with us since the beginning, but there's some other people. Sometimes they've said some stuff, some comments that I was kind of like, what?
I had to block people for stuff they were sending me.
Yes, yeah, that is true. Geeky actually had.
I don't check messages half the time on like Twitter or
DMs and stuff.
Yeah, on my public accounts, I don't check messages anymore. And people are like, why don't you send a message? It's like I don't check them.
Yes, she was getting
because I was getting
lewd
a lot of things I didn't want. So
yeah. So this comes with the territory, unfortunately. But yeah, it is kind of a failure, I think, on Twitch's part to put together this show and then not even be able to just stop a random guy from walking up to one of their people.
Well, they probably thought it was the next person coming up. They probably didn't catch on until it was like, they came running when they saw what was going on. But, and I don't know what to tell you the answer is to that unless you don't let people come up to the guest. And at that point, like, why have guests? I don't know.
Yeah, I know people
holograms.
Get AI. Yeah, well, that's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, I bet Miku doesn't get groped much. But like, we've been to conventions and people were complaining that they weren't allowed to get too close to the celebrities or whatever. I'm like, can you blame them? I mean, really, can you blame them?
I think 99% of people are fine and they have good intentions. But
it just takes one. It just takes one crazy person.
And then it ruins it for everyone.
Yeah, or worse. Yeah,
yes. Like the poor Korean woman. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, are we gonna wrap this one up?
Yep.
There we go, guys. Shut down TwitchCon. I think it's a good idea. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.